The entire Lowe's Halloween 2022 lineup has been leaked. Let's jump right into it. For everything scary, I'm GMHaunts, and welcome to a very big Halloween 2022 leak video. Well, ladies and gentlemen, just like in previous years, it looks like Lowe's has uploaded all of the names and prices for their Halloween 2022 lineup into their employee computer system, because just within the last couple of hours, a Lowe's employee, a mysterious one I should say, has taken pictures of their screens showing all of the 2022 Halloween lineup names and prices and uploaded them onto social media platforms. Now, as of right now, we do not know who the first source is that shared all these pictures. We do know that it was somewhere on Facebook, but unfortunately I don't know who the original source is, so I can't really give credit as to who it is, and maybe it's not even a good idea to give credit because we really don't want to get them in any trouble. Now, up until now, the only Lowe's Halloween item that we have known about was the 12-foot mummy, so these brand new leaks give us our first looks at the names and prices for the entire rest of Lowe's surprises they have for us for the 2022 Halloween season. So, without further ado, let's take a look at this brand new leaked list of names for the Lowe's Halloween 2022 lineup. Alright, so there were a lot of items that were leaked, like a lot, because it's Tabletops, Animatronics, Little Things, Wreaths, everything that you can imagine was leaked for the entire lineup. I'm not going to talk about every single item just because some of them are really small. I'm only going to really talk about the animatronics and the really interesting items, but I will show screenshots as I'm talking of all of the names. Just if you're interested, I'm just not going to touch on every single thing. Starting it off, I want to talk about the animatronics because for a lot of people, including myself, this is the most interesting things that we are hearing about for Lowe's 2022 lineup. First of all, what we are seeing is that there will be a 7-foot skeleton. Not a ton to go off of here because obviously there are no pictures. On this particular screenshot, we can't see what the price is, so we can really only see 7-foot skeleton. Kind of interesting. I can imagine this is just going to be a kind of very classic spooky skeleton. I'm not really sure it's going to be 7 feet tall. Could be cool, maybe not. We have a 5-foot skeleton with lit eyes. That could be pretty cool. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty similar to other things that we have seen at like Home Depot, like the LCD eye skeletons. Probably going to be pretty similar to that. We have a 6-foot animated werewolf. Not super shocked at that because Lowe's basically has a werewolf every single year. So nothing new coming really there with a brand new werewolf. Taking a look at our other animatronics, we have the 12-foot animated mummy. Now, this was the item that we have known about for a couple of months now. However, we now have a confirmed price because we can see it in the screenshot. The 12-foot mummy will be retailing for $349.99, $350. Pretty pricey, but at the same time, it's a 12-foot item, and this is around the same price range that we have seen for the 12-foot items that are going for Home Depot's lineup, so not super shocked to see that he will be at a $300 or $350 price tag. Next up, we have a 5.5-foot animated scary clown that is black and white. Now, this one is honestly getting my interest a little bit because a black and white clown is not something that we see all the time from Halloween companies. We normally see multicolor ones that are vibrant and bright and kind of cartoony. A black and white clown is definitely piquing my interest, and I want to see more of it. It's 5.5 feet tall, and then another thing that's really intriguing me is its price tag at only $65. And a 5.5-foot animatronic for only $65 is an absolute bargain, no matter how you phrase it, no matter how you cut it. Very, very good price, and I'm very interested to see more about that 5.5-foot clown. Next up, we have a 5-foot animated creepy female who will be retailing for $79.96, basically $80 United States dollars. Not much to go off of for that one. I'm not really sure what a creepy female is. This is probably going to be pretty similar to the other little stuff, or like the kind of plain stuff that we see at Lowe's. Not a ton to say about that. Next up, we have a 7-foot evil witch with crystal ball, and she will be retailing for $199.99 or $199.16, just about $200 United States dollars. This one is also pretty interesting. Obviously, we see a lot of witch animatronics every year for Halloween. I mean, it makes sense. Witches are a staple of October 31st. This one is kind of interesting because, first of all, she's 7 feet tall. pretty big size to her, and she's going to have a crystal ball. I wonder if it'll have any kind of projection, maybe LCD panels, something like that. Maybe some new technology on there. We really don't know, but that one's kind of interesting just because of the 7-foot structure. She's probably going to be pretty big in real life. Next up, we have a 6-foot animated scary clown, Green. He'll be retailing for $158.82, just about 160 United States dollars. Not a ton to go off of again with this one. He's a 6-foot clown. He'll be green. A little bit interesting that he has a green color scheme. We do see a lot of clowns from other Halloween companies that sport green colors. I wonder if this one will be completely green. If so, might pique my interest as well, because I do enjoy green stuff, and maybe I'll enjoy this clown quite a bit. Next up, we have a 7-foot animated Reaper with Hourglass. This guy will be retailing for $198.78, just about 200 United States dollars. This is another one that's piquing my interest because, first of all, he's 7 feet tall. Any Reaper that's 7 feet tall is normally pretty cool. And the fact that he's holding an hourglass, we really don't see a lot of animatronics or statues or Reapers that are holding hourglasses. And I feel like that's a really awesome concept. I really love hourglasses, and it's an awesome idea. Really interested to see more about that one. A 7-foot Reaper holding an hourglass for only $200. Very good price. And the inclusiveness of an hourglass, another one that's probably piquing my interest. Now taking a look at some of the absolutely most exciting animatronics that are in Lowe's lineup. First of all, we have a brand new life-size Chucky. I've said this multiple times, I'm not a huge fan of Child's Play, but nonetheless, I'm excited to see a brand new Chucky coming to Lowe's for 2022. Next up, we have an animated crawling zombie. Not really sure what to expect from this one. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking of the Spirit Halloween zombie crawler that came out in 2011. I'm thinking of something that's going to be similar to that in concept and in look. I kind of hope so, because zombie crawler was an awesome animatronic. So if Lowe's is doing something similar, I'm very excited to see it. Next up, this is probably my favorite just because of the name and possibly what he could look like. We have a life-size Gravedigger. Now, honestly, not a ton to go off of here, but nonetheless, I always love new Gravedigger animatronics. They always look really awesome, and they're always pretty cool. A guy with a shovel who kind of looks like a skeleton who is probably digging up graves, a kind of character like that. I always love them. They always come out looking really awesome, and I just love the concept of a Gravedigger, and it looks like we're getting a brand new one from Lowe's for the 2022 Halloween season. Alright, so finally we have 3 more animatronics as part of this lineup. We have the animated scary girl with doll. Now, this is another one that's kind of appealing to me a little bit because I'm a fan of possessed girl animatronics when they're scary and when they have a unique look to them. Anything that came out by Spirit in 2014, those possessed girl animatronics are some of the best we've ever seen. If this scary girl with doll looks anything like that, I'm really going to enjoy it. So that's another one that I'm very interested to see more stock photos and get more information on. Next up, we have an animated bouncing clown. Another one that's very much getting my interest because a bouncing clown, there's a lot of interpretations as to what that could mean. Is this going to be some kind of animation where it looks like the clown is actually bouncing up and down? If so, we have never by any Halloween company seen an animation that was like that actually looked like the animatronic was like bouncing. If that is what it is, that could be really awesome, some kind of new technology. Maybe not, maybe it's something else, maybe some kind of other meaning. We really have no idea, and we also can't see the price in this picture. It kind of gets cut off, but nonetheless, bouncing clown sounds really, really cool. Finally, our last animatronic as of right now that we have for the Lowe's Halloween 2022 season, we have a life-size Jason Voorhees. Pretty interesting to see that we are getting a new Jason animatronic at Lowe's because, obviously, like I mentioned before, they are having a Chucky this year. So you're getting 2 licenses. You're getting a Jason Voorhees life-size and a Chucky life-size for the Lowe's Halloween 2022 season. Now, that covers all of the animatronics and the life sizes that Lowe's will be releasing. I just want to say, I'm kind of in shock. Not only is that a lot of life sizes for Lowe's, normally Lowe's releases 2 or 3 animatronics for their entire season. I don't even know the number of the ones that I just read. Please let me know in the comments down below. I think it's like 8 or 9 animatronics for the 2022 season. I'm kind of blown away at the amount of animatronics that Lowe's is releasing. They're really jumping into the Halloween spirit this year, and they're really releasing a lot of animatronics. I was shocked when I saw this list because there's just so many life sizes. And the second thing that really impressed me was the names of these guys. I'm really intrigued by a lot of them. Not only am I intrigued by the bouncing clown, the animated scary girl with doll, everything like that that I just read to you just sounds really interesting, and I was just in shock by the kind of interesting names that we have here. Obviously, we already knew about the 12-foot mummy. We've known about that guy for a couple of months now, but all of the things that we're seeing here just sound really interesting, and I'm really excited to see more. The 7-foot Reaper with the hourglass, the green clown, the black and white clown. There's a lot of really intriguing names there, and I just hope that when we get stock photos, they're not disappointing and they live up to their potential and their prices, because that's another thing. A third thing that really impresses me is the prices. All the stuff we're seeing here doesn't really look like it's overpriced, at least for the height in the animation and the things that are included. We are seeing some guys like the 7-foot Reaper with the hourglass. First of all, he's 7 foot and they're mentioning hourglass, so it might have some kind of new technology there. And he's only $200. Pricing seems really good this year. There's a lot of animatronics and the names seem really interesting. Animatronics look really good for the 2022 season. Now, like I said, I'm not going to go over every tabletop item just because there's so many of them, and the video would take a long time if I did go over them. I will mention there's a lot of Nightmare Before Christmas merchandise coming to Lowe's for the 2022 season, and when I say a lot, I really do mean it. You'll see in the screenshots that I'm showing all of the tabletop names. There's a lot of kind of doorbells, hanging things, pumpkins, everything that you could think of. There's a lot of Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. If you're a fan of NBC, you're really going to like Lowe's lineup because they have a ton of stuff coming from Nightmare Before Christmas. Another thing that Lowe's is really diving into this year and doing a lot of is hanging characters. Now, they do a lot of hanging characters every year, but they are doing it once again. They have a lot of 22-inch hanging characters. They have some clowns in there. They have some hanging skeletons. A lot of tabletop items and just a lot of really cool stuff that's smaller and not necessarily life-size or really that pricey. But nonetheless, there is a lot of smaller stuff and cheaper stuff that might appeal to the home haunter who isn't willing to spend a ton and hundreds of dollars for life-size animatronics. Nonetheless, I am very excited to see Lowe's lineup in person and to see screenshots and stock photos and stock video within the next couple of weeks, if not months. Going into July when Halloween season kind of starts for companies, when they start to release things online. This lineup from all of the names sounds really intriguing. All the prices seem really good, and I'm so excited for the animatronics this year. Lowe's has really gone all out, and I'm excited to see it. It seems like more Halloween companies are jumping into Halloween every single year at this point, and Lowe's animatronics seem to be very good for this season, and I can't wait to see and hear more about them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, remember as always, for everything scary, I'm GMHaunts. I'll see you guys later for more Lowe's Halloween 2022 videos. Goodbye.